So Peacemaker episode 4 was not a soap opera like episodes 2 and 3. We didn't get the Young and the Restless days in our lives as the world turns in this episode at all. So let's get into it because this one actually has some stuff going on. It was kind of exciting. So the episode starts off with Peacemaker, his father, and Keith going hunting because what the fuck else are you going to do when you give your kids haircuts like this? When you give your kids haircuts like this, only thing you can do is take them rock climbing, hunting, or fishing, possibly swimming, but you can't do any team swimming. You got to do swimming in a dirty ass lake. You know what I'm saying? So they're going hunting and they find a random alien, just random ass alien. The father shoots it. It's crying. It's actually kind of squealing like a lemur monkey, kind of. And then the father blows his head off. They find an artifact next to it. One of the kids picks it up, and then they find that magic door. So that's a simple way of James Gunn telling us, like, hey, no explanations. You're not going to get all this heavy stuff like when the MCU first started to establish a whole bunch of stuff. We're going in quick, kind of like how Superman did with the Justice game. We don't need any background stories for this door. Hey, they found the door in the forest. Alien happened to be there. He was using it. Boom. Then we go to the present. In the present, we got Michael Rooker, who is playing Red Saint Cloud. Excuse me, Red Saint Wild, who is he's an eagle hunter. And he's hilarious. This is the most hilarious eagle hunter that I've ever seen because he's doing rituals. He's talking trash. Michael Rooker is a national treasure, I swear to God. But Michael Rooker, Economos, my favorite character, Judo Master, and the rest of the agents from Argus. They're going to Peacemaker's trailer and they plan on whooping ass, taking names, and finding out what's going on with this portal. No nefarious purposes. They're just like, hey, this stupid bitch should not be in charge of having this portal going on. He's too stupid. And they actually ain't wrong about that. At that time, Peacemaker's just waking up. He was hungover. He just came back from this other universe where he was, he was happy and shit. And he wakes up and sees the whole place trash because, as you know, the episode prior, Eagly was beating Argus ass. He solely by himself. Eagly was fucking up all of Argus's members and walked in there doing the triumphant eagle walk. All right. So he's going through it. Economos is with the Argus agents and he sends Peacemaker a secret text saying, get the fuck out of there. So him and Eagly get out of there. And Chris gets out of there after receiving that Economos text. Red Saint Wild is eating eagle poop. Like he finds eagle poop and he's like, man, he had strawberries 5 days ago. This poop is 4 days ago. So yeah. He went that way. Boom, 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 boom. And Economos keeps calling him Captain Cultural Appropriation because he comes off as a white guy and he has a whole bunch of Native American garbs on and whatnot. It's a hilarious moment. But Red Saint Wild actually sees Eagly flying overhead, and Economos, being a badass, tackles him and knocks his ass out. Right when Eagly's going there, he thinks that he killed Rooker because honestly, he tackled him kind of hard. His head got busted on some kind of cement. So good on Economos being my favorite character, doing something as far as action. Finally in this. Now in the woods, Chris is still running. He's running. He drops his artifact because Judo Master's down there ready to whoop his ass. Except for this time, Chris is ready for him. Chris gets the upper hand throughout this whole entire fight, beating his ass, using his superior size and strength, beating Judo Master's ass, throwing him in the trees, and eventually landing on top of his body. And then being able to send Adebayo an emergency text telling her to come pick him up. Adebayo at this time is trying to get this security company together to kind of, it seems like it's also for herself, but mostly it seems like it's for her ex-girlfriend, trying to get her ex-girlfriend back. We've all been there, right? Trying to get our ex back, doing some stupid shit. And I say it's stupid shit because Adebayo can't do shit. Let's just be real. I like Adebayo's character, but she's there to not do shit. She can't fight, can barely shoot. She's not that tactical. She's not that stealthy. So what is her specialty? Her specialty is being a good friend. She needs to open up a friend agency, like a therapy agency, not a goddamn security agency. So Adebayo actually eventually comes, and we get more kind of most cool moments because when all the agents come back in the house and whatnot, and they're trying to figure out why they can't get in this door because Economos is so smart. I think at age 13, he was able to hack into the Pentagon, and he has some kind of device that can you can just press a button, flip a switch, that it just hacks anything, which is very convenient for this one man to have, and the government know about it and not seize it because our government would have seized that a long time ago. But anyway, he's giving Agent Bordeaux the business. Like, look at his face. Like, he ain't playing with her. He's telling her, "Hey, bitch, listen, I ain't want to be here in the first place. You want me to spy on my friend? You want me to betray my friends for what? You have no decent purposes other than you think this dude is stupid. I don't know Rick Flag Senior like that. Like, come on." And so Agent Flurry is talking shit, and he calls him the nickname that he usually calls him, which pisses him off. Ginger Cool, and when he calls him Ginger Cool, it kind of almost spits in Flora's eye, and it's like I don't recommend spitting on anybody, but Economos can't fight. That's all he could do. So Economos has been staying on business all episode. Now, while this is going on, the Peacemaker's explaining to Adebayo the particulars of this device that we saw earlier in the episode. This device is used to transfer the door from one location to another location. So you kind of put the device in a doorway somewhere else, and then it will just pop up like that doorway now can be used in the portal system. So that's kind of cool. So he just texted Economos and asked him, he said, "Hey man, I need you to stall. I need you to stall, and you need to stall for a couple minutes so me and Adebayo can get to my grandfather's cabin way in the woods with a whole bunch of spider webs and whatnot, and Vigilante will show up with an actual door." Now, while they're stalling and Peacemaker is trying to set this device up because he doesn't really remember how to set everything up because they found that when he was a child. Harcourt is again in another bar fight. Again, she just going to bar being an asshole. She has to be starting all these fights. It can't be every single time a guy's hitting on you and he's hitting on you so hard that you gotta whoop his ass. She just goes into the bar and finds the biggest, toughest guy, whoops his ass. She actually knocks this guy's teeth out. And when she goes home, you got Rick Flag. Rick Flag is pissed off completely. And he's pissed off because while this device is going off, like when Chris is having this device go off, the door to the trailer is disappearing. And so when they finally open the door to the trailer, all the agents open the door to the trailer, it's gone. They call Rick Flag Sr. Rick Flag Sr. is noticeably pissed on the phone. He won't even open his eyes. He's so mad. And so he said, "You know what? We can go after this girl he likes. What is Hardcore's address?" So he goes to her house immediately and has to fly to her house. Actually, because remember, Hardcore used to actually date his son. And they're talking about the son immediately. Hardcore's like, "Hey, Chris actually killed him on Amanda Waller's orders. That was one of the last orders she gave." And Rick Flag Sr. says, "Hey, Hardcore, you've been blackballed. I can maybe put a good word in for you with the government, but you got to do one thing. We know what that one thing is. You got to spy on Chris. You got to actually bring Chris in so we can arrest him. Not only because I'm pissed off that he killed my son, which is your ex-boyfriend, but he's a dumbass and he's been using the damn portal. And the portals have been fucking up the world just like when Lex Luthor had the portals. We need to stop this shit." So she agrees. As much like because Hardcore needs a job. Her light's about to get turned off and whatnot. I'm not justifying it, but still, like Hardcore is distant in this season anyway. So I guess it really doesn't matter her character. She seems like she cares about her friends at least a little bit, but I guess financial reasons outweigh the friendship. So Chris at this time, when him and Adebayo were talking, he's explaining that, "Hey, I had to eliminate my other self from this other world." And Adebayo is halfway not believing it. She's halfway thinking that it's in his head because he was hallucinating his father earlier in the season. So she thinks maybe he's hallucinating still, which is crazy because she is looking at the damn door. She's looking at the portal to doors. And when they open this damn door, or tried to open the damn door at first, the whole fucking cabin had a shockwave and was blowing leaves and tornadoes and shit everywhere. And she's still like, I'm not sure if that's what she was seeing. Shut up, bitch. Yes, it is. You can't argue anything when you see a shockwave come out the cabin. You can't argue shit. Vigilante shows up only for a second. That's the only problem I have with this season so far. It's like I know it's a Peacemaker season, but Vigilante has been like noticeably absent as far as doing Vigilante shit in costume. So maybe we'll see him a little bit sooner. I'm hoping to actually see a other universe Vigilante and see what he does. So Chris actually texts Hardcore at that moment and says, "We got to meet up." And I think he knows that, hey, I can't really trust her all the way, but to trust her, he says he needs to ask her one question. And at that time, Harcourt, while simultaneously telling Rick Flag Sr., hey, we don't deserve this. Chris definitely doesn't deserve this. Then she's like, yeah, we meeting at 123 Park Avenue. Like, bitch, what's going on here? Like, she's obviously conflicted, but at the same time, in that bar fight, did you get fucked up? Did you get hit in the head that hard where you just disregarded the sentence you just said? And so while that's going on, this is the last season last scene of the episode. You get Red Saint Wild, played by Michael Rooker, doing a ceremonial dance in a ritual and going Super Saiyan because he wants this eagle dead. His whole purpose in life is getting rid of eagles and birds and shit dead. So he draws an eagle in his own blood on the sand, goes Super Saiyan, and when he goes Super Saiyan, he can actually see where Eagly is. And Eagly is going to the place where Peacemaker's door is, right over that cabin. So we know he's showing up next episode. And then the episode ends with Chris heading to the meetup, going to get fucked up because all the agents are there. And I think Rick Flag Sr. is going to throw him for a loop because Chris doesn't have his helmet or his costume. But that's the end of this episode. I enjoyed it. I don't necessarily need action, but I need something to happen. And episode 2 kind of was a slow episode for me. Episode 3 was about halfway slow. This one wasn't slow at all. This one, they got straight to business. So I'm looking forward to episode 5. I believe there's only 8 episodes here. So they're moving around the right pace for it to ramp up on episode 5, 6, 7, and 8. So I've got high hopes for this. So I hope y'all like it. Tell me what you thought in the comments. Let me know if y'all are watching this show like I'm watching this. I know the show is getting a little popular. James Gunn is doing his best to not have a slow pace as far as involving other characters. So I'm excited to see what other characters he brings in here. I wouldn't be surprised if we see some more street tier characters in here that we don't know, like maybe a Sportsmaster, maybe a Cheshire, maybe not a Cassandra Cain because they already fucked her up in the last universe. Don't get me started. Maybe a David Cain. You never know. But go ahead and like, subscribe, comment on here. If you want to follow us on TikTok, it's Kuronocomics, and we will catch you next time.